Fuck out of here.
Just listen. So the defense lawyer is going to bring up the fact of what she has on.
And as the other attorney in the court,
why would you get mad at me for just asking a question? You wouldn't get mad at the defense lawyer if he got.
Well, you would combat that in court by saying that your attire would not have influence on a man's actions that would lead to sexual assault. Sexual assault has nothing to do with what men.
You probably never get a headache, do you?
Yeah, I do. I give a few.
I can't believe it. I don't believe you ever had a headache.
It's a valid. Can we agree on that? That you can blame for what you're wearing on what can happen to you.
Oh, I want to fucking choke you. Yo, listen. I just right then, I could have just choked the shit out of her. You the reason why a lot of women are under a lake, 6 feet under.
You asking, can you blame her for what she had on if something happened to her?
Not blame.
No. I didn't say that.
He's asking her
I'm lost.
If she's at fault.
I said it's a simple question.
Repeat it, Shampoo.
Repeat it, Shampoo. If it's 3 o'clock in the morning, a woman comes out of a club, right? Fellas, don't pitch no tent. I'm talking. A woman comes out of a club, drunk, thongs, mini skirt. You know the drill, right? If something happens to her on her way home, there are people that will blame her because of what she was wearing.
Okay. And those are the people.
Hold on, please. Give me a second. Are you done, Shampoo?
Yes.
Okay. What Shampoo is saying is not that it's right. He's not saying that, oh, I'm giving credence to the fact that this is supposed to happen. Yeah. He's describing a situation that basically says when women put themselves in certain positions, they then remove the sympathy, they remove empathy, they remove a lot of. If you take another woman, right, that is dressed modestly in the daytime and something happened to her, people are less likely to look at her a certain way or to approach the situation differently than a woman that is carrying herself promiscuously and moving a certain way when she's leaving out in the nighttime. It's not a right or wrong. We all know what's right or wrong. The thing he's saying is, why are we not carrying ourselves in a way in which we want to be approached or treated a certain way from society?
Or else. Yeah, or else.
Why is that? That's not a hard thing to take into consideration.
I got it. It makes sense.
You're not listening to the response. We don't think that if anybody that agrees with me, we don't think that's a reasonable question to even ask. We know that there are going to be idiots and insensitive and non-compassionate people that are going to be worked up about a woman's attire. Turn your camera off. I don't care. That'll be worried about.
You do care. That's why you said it.
Well, a little bit, but
so don't lie.
We do that, but we're saying like we understand that people are going to do that, but people like me will hold the assaulter accountable because we don't care that whatever she was wearing encourage you to do that. We know it's wrong, and we're not saying that we don't know.
Let me try to help you. I'm gonna approach this from a different perspective. I'm gonna try for the community.
She's cute though. She got an empty head, but she's cute.
I'm gonna try for the culture and for the community. If Susan, that is dressed modestly, has family that love her, and goes out and she regularly goes to the grocery store on Tuesday, and she didn't make it back home, they will do a wellness check and they will probably throw up a bunch of posters in order to find her immediately to figure out what the fuck happened, because she's a contributing member of society and she carries herself a certain way. If Susan B, that's on the strip and she dressed like a hoe, and she carries herself a certain way, and people are used to seeing her getting in the car with different men on a regular basis. If she don't show back up at home at night, it's a less of a possibility for them to put an APB out on her, because they used to her probably being gone with different men and spending the night with different men, versus a woman that carries herself a different way that didn't make it home at night. You are more likely to assume that this other person, we got to figure out what happened to her, and we're automatically more likely going to assume, hey, she probably just outside busting it down for a real one.
No.
Does that now does that make sense to you?
No.
That makes sense.
I got it. I got you.
How does that not? Why does that not make sense?
Hold on. It's not about it not making sense. You're talking about mitigating risk, and I'm completely with you. But the thing about it is, the same accountability you want to give to Nicki Minaj, you got to give to that assaulter as well. You can't.
We don't know. Wait.
No.
Lavelle. You're under the assumption that she's being assaulted. I never said anybody was assaulted. I said if somebody is missing, we're going to approach it differently based off of the lifestyle that the person is living.
Mm-hmm. It don't make sense.
I never said nothing about assaulting. I never said that anybody kidnapped nobody. I said that if neither one of them make it home,
true,
you're going to approach it differently based off of the way that somebody carries themselves and live their life.
Absolutely, but you were reframing the original statement.
No. I'm using a different example to illustrate, hopefully, to people about what Shampoo was trying to convey as far as how people carry themselves and how we need to be carrying ourselves in a culture.
It was a bad example, Anton, because you are talking about women whose lifestyle is prostitution. You said Skid Row. Those women.
I didn't say Skid Row. I never said Skid. What are you listening to?
You said on the Strip. Sorry, the Strip. So you're based on that statement. You're talking about a woman whose lifestyle is known for going with.
That's even worse.
And don't know her own whereabouts. Where Shampoo was talking about, like a girl myself, if I come out of the club with my homegirls and I'm going to my car, if I am sexually assaulted, let's say how I'm dressed right now.
He didn't say that.
That's not what he said. He didn't even frame it like that.
You're talking about a woman's lifestyle. I'm talking about her attire.
No. All right. Let me ask you something else.
That's not even what he said.
Let me ask you another way, Dalen. Let me ask you another way.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead, Destiny. I'm sorry.
Just real quick, because I understand where you're coming from, and I think the whole point of it all is what I'm sure people are saying is, okay, there are people who wasn't raised right out in the world. So if you could control to the best of your ability how you come across and what you open yourself up to, and there are people who are on the streets and they don't live life right. I mean, you can of course the law holds them accountable, but I mean, if they're sick in the head, why would you allow yourself to walk out in the world, to especially as a woman who already are weak anyway? Why would you want to make yourself even more vulnerable?
That's what an attorney will say that.
Can I add
something? Make it right. It does not make it right.
No.
Can I add something?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think everyone has extremely valid points, right? But it doesn't boil down to how you dress. Class has died. We've already established in the other two discussions that there's a void, right? We're lacking community, we're lacking help, we're lacking guidance, we're lacking all of the above. And then we have not just the Nicki Minaj's, we've got the Megan Thee Stallions, we've got the Cardi B's, we got the Lil Kims, we got the whoever you can say who's causing this mass influence on the people that live in the social space, influencing them to act a certain way, say certain things. That's why there are certain slogans and clock that tease and all that stuff that's going on. You can't say that you haven't been influenced by those things. Now, let's get to the point of being harmed, because whether you're dressed appropriately or not, we can't omit the fact that there is bestiality. Men will will harm animals in a sexual way. We can't ignore the fact that morticians have to sew body parts clothes because men morticians are abusing dead corpses. We can't ignore the fact that children in the Epstein's file, Exhibit A, are being harmed by people despite what they're wearing, what their creeds are, what their orientations are, what their colors are. So it's more than just how you dress. There are several other variables of how people are getting harmed. Now, getting back to the people at the rodeo, right? Like we said before, class is dead. I think Dalen had a good point. People are flying in. They don't understand what the Houston rodeo is. And that goes back to another point. When you're traveling somewhere, you need to do research on where you're going so that way you can abide by those rules or expectations. I don't know about you, but if I'm flying to Dubai, I want to make sure that I'm not going to get jailed for wearing a spaghetti strap in a certain area when you have to be covered up. So I think it's important as a traveler, if you were going to the Houston rodeo, do your research on what type of attire or apparel or activities are going to take place. But as far as being harmed, doesn't matter what you're wearing. People get harmed every day.
It matters.
It matters.
Let me tell you why. I'll use an even more simple example. You can go outside and catch a cold, but you're more likely to get sick if you don't have a coat on.
Right. I agree with that.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
No, it's
you
not.
can catch a cold either way.
You just don't understand.
We're gonna give you medicine. We're gonna take you to the hospital if you're sick, regardless. In both instances. But it's a stronger possibility if you dress up and you put a scarf on and you put a coat on and you have your snow boots on and you dress warm and you take care of yourself, you're less likely to catch a cold. Now, you still can catch a cold, but you're less likely to be out there shivering and catching a cold. So what we're saying is that it's not that danger don't exist, but why would you put yourself in a position to have to possibly get your people that do shit to people more often than not choose the weakest link. They choose the path of least resistance. Why would you assault is wrong? Yes. Assault is wrong, but why would you put yourself in a position to walk down a dark alley at 2:00 in the morning with no clothes on?
Can I say this?
If you're walking down the street naked, with no clothes on, it's wrong for somebody to assault you.
Absolutely.
However, I would strongly advise that you don't walk down the street naked. Because you're more likely for people to assault you than for the person that just walked down normally.
And another thing, hold up. You're not wrong in what you're saying. You're absolutely right. The problem is not that. I think when we do this and we say like, when you do XYZ, this can lead to XYZ, and we keep saying this out loud in public platforms like this, when a person goes through something and when they didn't do that, they start to question themselves, and I don't think that's fair. So to me, I'm always going to stand in the gap to say, on the private, I may say, when I'm teaching my daughters, my nieces and stuff like that, I'm gonna tell them how to conduct themselves and how to dress. You're absolutely right. But I'm never gonna be in a space to say, especially on this platform like this, I'm always going to say is wrong, period.
Right, so can I ask you a question?
Wait.
I'm not saying he's not saying that. Listen, I'm not saying he's not saying that.
That's not the conversation.
But that's what people, I understand what you're saying.
Let's bring it back to the original part of the conversation. Houston rodeo, ass cheeks out, in a family-friendly event.
And I was talking to Jack.
That's where it all started at, and that's the core part of the conversation.
Because Jack was talking about the ass cheeks and all of that stuff, and it made me think of that question.
And it's all right to have questions and talk about these questions. I mean, we live in America. We should have these conversations. If someone's asking that question and there are people in the chat who are having the same question, then let's establish healthy communication around how we would resolve a situation like that.
So
so there's nothing wrong with asking questions. And I think that all of you on this chat would make great lawyers. Everybody on the panel would make great lawyers at this point. And Serenity, to your point, where you're saying, when you mentioned that class is dead, I would have to disagree with that. Class is not dead. I think that women refuse to live up to the standard of what a classy lady looks like. However, class itself is not dead. It's timeless. So I wanted to mention that.
That's right.
Now going back to responsibility, let's get off the sex stuff or booty stuff. There's nobody on earth that can tell that we talking about accountability. I think Tamara said it. All y'all say it. Real accountability is this. When I opened up the news, I was gonna say open up the newspaper, but when I looked at these, I see these news stories of this one girl was 25 or 30. She was messing with a 70-year-old man or something like that, left him and went back to him, stabbed her, killed over 20 times, stabbed over 30 times, murdered her, and chopped her body up.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Was he black?
That woman has some blame for that happening to her.
I could strangle you.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Not a fact. You are saying
that is a fact.
Influence heinous actions and behaviors, and I want y'all to understand that the ability to do such a thing.
I don't know where she going now.
And all y'all said y'all understood what he was saying. That's what he was.
It's a good question. We can't have the conversation.
That's what he's
about
saying.
it. I don't understand.
That's I could see it. I could see while I was looking at it. I said, "Why? Why? This could have been avoided."
It could have been avoided. It's just the way you saying it, Shampoo. You're saying it so definite, like she's at fault or it's her fault. I think that's where you get.
No, I didn't say it's her fault. I said she's
to blame.
She has some blame in her own death.
No.
But that's what I'm saying. Those are the words that you.
I agree with that.
No,
you can't be that definite with you.
You have to.
No, even on the low,
even if you don't believe,
if she didn't go back, she wouldn't be to blame. But
that's it. You don't have to talk no more. That's it.
I know that's what you're saying.
But that's what the facts are.
That's the fact. I'm not disagreeing with you, big homie. Because in real life, I'm black and white with you. That's the facts. But when we're just talking about, because we're talking about culture, community, morals, all that stuff. Culturally, we can't be telling people, "Hey, it's your mama's fault if she go back to the house and your daddy smack her."
Why not? Why can't you say that? I told my daughter it was her fault that they broke up. You could tell people.
You can tell them that in real life, but they're not to blame. It could be trauma bonding. It could be Stockholm syndrome. It could be anything, whatever these people are going through. But
it could be love. It could be love.
You dressed up in the outfit.
You left out love.
You got great.
But if you burn your foot,
you left out love. It could be love.
It could be love. It could be
anything. So if your people warn you when they say
you're to blame.
So if your people warn you when they say, "Hey, don't get involved with," because our parents, they've done it. We do it to our kids. Hey, don't go over there. Don't get involved with that. I don't want to catch you over there. Don't get caught skipping. Don't get involved with that group of people over there whatsoever. You go over there and something happened to you. Are you partially? Do you have some responsibility?
What happens?
Or do you have some? It don't matter. Do you have some responsibility in what happened when you was warned and you was told not to do it?
Yes.
Of course, you're an adult. You have responsibility.
Same thing.
But you are not to blame.
So how is Shampoo? So how is Shampoo wrong? Or are we?
Or wrong? I said I agree with his thought process. I don't agree with his words.
Or are we tone policing because we don't like the way it sounds?
No, I'm not tone policing. I'm saying the way that he's saying it can be confusing.
Man,
everyone has a responsibility.
You're talking in circles. Like
everybody has responsibility.
He's talking about,
but he don't.
Not the same. It's not the same as me going outside and I get it, and they say don't go on this side of town and don't leave your car parked there. Somebody breaking your car versus somebody.
Exactly. You can't blame someone for someone else's actions.
It's gonna be totally different.
If you didn't say blame you, he said, "Is there?"
No, he did say blame.
Wait,
no, he did.
Willful negligence.
Is there some responsibility for you being in that situation when you know you should have done better?
Yes.
I know that Challengers and Charger Hellcats get stolen all day.
You better lock it up, or somebody gonna steal it.
I also know that I'm not wrong if somebody steal my car. Do I know that these cars get stolen? And if I leave it in the middle of the hood with the keys in it and somebody take it, no, my car shouldn't have been stolen. We should assume that I know what the fuck is going to happen to my car if I leave it in the middle of the hood. What are we talking about?
These aren't comparable. The issue is, and I think Lavelle, what he was trying to say is, I think this is what you're trying to say. What you're talking about is you have information beforehand about something that could potentially happen. Why would you go into the trap house if you know that there's guns in there, you could get shot? Why would you go in the hood when you know it could get stolen? So what Shampoo was bringing up about murder, and he would be correct if he said, if the husband said, if you were to leave me and come back, I'm gonna slit your fucking throat.
Oh, get out of here! You got Anton, I can't believe this. I really can't believe this.
Let me finish. You said she had some share to blame, or should she? Because she left, broke his heart, and came back. So she played a part in talking with his emotions that led him to murder her. I don't think that that's.
I didn't even know none of this. You don't even know them.
How can you say that she has a part, even a partial?
I'll tell you.
Deciding that your life is now worthless, and
let
that
me ask you a question.
How was she?
Let me ask you, Dallin, can I ask you a question?
Yes, yeah.
If I see a girl that's a woman at 7-Eleven, right, and I said, damn, she look good, right? Me and her chilling. I take her to the hotel. I have sex with her. I got 3 kids and a wife at home, right? I have sex with her. I get AIDS. Whose fault is that?
It's your fault.
Do I have something to do with that?
It's because it's women.
Well, yeah, because you know that sleeping with someone.
Wait.
She's trying to go somewhere.
Wait a minute. It's his fault, so you victim shaming.
No, I'm not. How are you a victim, but by consenting to get AIDS?
Wait. He didn't sign up to get AIDS. He didn't sign up to get AIDS.
No. If you sign up to AIDS,
no. But you didn't. No. Do you see what you did? He trapped you.
No, he didn't. That's what you tried to do. Miserably, and that's why
the lady that got killed and murdered. That's the same thing.
He trapped you.
It's the same thing, bro.
No. He literally just proved this point.
No, he didn't.
You know what you didn't do? You didn't put no blame. You didn't put no blame on the person that gave him AIDS.
No.
You know why? Because in any other conversation, when we talk about if you are going to sleep with someone, give yourself and consent to give your body to someone else.
That's the same thing that they're trying to tell you.
She's saying our argument.
Geneva, you believe that somebody get raped is their fault? They got fault in it?
30 minutes before you go there, Lavelle, you already know that
I don't believe that.
How he questioned it, though.
When you sleep with someone.
That's exactly what he said.
That's not.
He did. He said if they had some blame in it.
Yes.
That's exactly what he said.
So I'm not running nowhere. I ain't running.
No, but see, the thing about it is that neither Shampoo, myself, we're not saying that the man does not have some level of responsibility in that.
Because the law will hold him accountable.
But
absolutely.
they're changing whose fault it is, depending on whether or not they agree with the situation or the circumstance that they are the victim in. They picking and choosing. They not consistent. That's the thing that Shampoo just proved.
She just said it.
No. He's proving that, it's his fault 100%, but he didn't sign up to get AIDS.
No.
But when it's a woman and she walked and she in a certain situation and she put herself in an environment, wait a minute. No woman should ever. No, that's crazy. You're picking and choosing when to hold yourself accountable and when not to hold yourself accountable.
Let me respond. You just said situation instead of speaking specifically to what Shampoo said. He was talking about a murder, that the woman that was murdered. Let me finish. That she played a piece of blame to something as serious as murder. And you bringing up something that cannot be compared. If you sleep with someone,
AIDS is murder.
Minutes. if you sleep with someone unprotected, the person obviously did not disclose that they have something. Is a shitty person for sure, but you did not protect yourself and did not hold yourself accountable by not.
Okay. All right, Dylan, can I just respond real quick? Dylan, please, Dylan. Okay. All right. So all right. So I'm gonna spit it back at you. Okay. You right? Say you right about everything you just said.
I am.
Now, okay, you are.
So
now. The 25-year-old girl, the story that you know about, we don't know her mind or nothing like that. All we know is what we're reading. She left him. She left him and went and came back to him. Right? She left him because he was abusive. Then she came back. He killed her, chopped up her body. You don't see in that scenario that she has some blame for her own death. You don't see no blame for her, but you saw all the blame for me because I had sex with some lady.
I'm gonna say this.
Not me, but
I came across that on Twitter. I didn't read the whole thing.
Don't try to divert.
I'm not diverting. I'm responding to you. Now you just said something key that I did not know.
Where you seen it at? Yeah.
That he was abusive, and we all know. My opinion is that if you're abusive, you have the capability.
I'm talking about that story, that particular story.
No, that's what I'm responding to. What you just said, I did not know that she left due to the abuse. Now,
you don't listen.
That goes back, whether they have to, it's their own residence. I'm not going to say that they played a role, but they really did not help the situation by staying away.
You don't want to say it. She almost did. But she won't say it.
Information that he was abusive. You posed it as she just left because she could, but then came back and he murdered her. Just because. But I still place the blame on the murderer. But I definitely can acknowledge that you can't go back to your abuser and
let me put a pin in this because we got to get to one more question. But I will say this. These are great questions to have with somebody across the dinner table. Pose a scenario and see where her mind is at so you can find out whether or not you should even continue the conversation with her and get into a relationship with her. These are the perfect vetting conversations because I think that women are batshit crazy and
very smart.
Unhinged.
At the same
I genuinely do. I think that women are insane. I genuinely think that women are insane, bro. I see why y'all was talking to the serpent. I get it. I genuinely get it now. For 43 years of my life, I've always tried to figure out why the fuck would she talk to this nigga, the serpent, when she got everything. It makes sense. It makes sense, and it just does. It ain't no explanation that you need for it. None of that. It just makes sense. Meet them where they are. Don't try to change their mind. Don't try to have a conversation with them. They think they got the. Now I know why niggas got me too. Honestly, I know why, guys, because women in their mind make up a story that they believe is true, and then their friends convince them that they're a victim. Yeah. Even on shit that they signed up for, there's no level of accountability.
No.
There's no accountability whatsoever. They forget they was all in. They forget that they was the one that made the initial connection with the person. They forget that they was dressing nasty at work. They forget all of the times that they sucked his dick before the last time that they're going to accuse him of sexual assault.
Yeah.
This is
then the friends at the funeral.
You got to meet them where they at. And this is another reason, and I stand on this shit. I've been saying it for a long time. And for you simp ass motherfuckers that continue to flip flop, I hate you niggas. This is another reason why I do not by default believe any woman automatically when she claimed that something happened to her. I do not believe.
Yeah. Hey, remember they was talking about the dump. I'm an independent, but the Democrats was doing that heavy. You gotta believe them all the time. They were crazy with that.
By default, I say you gotta prove that shit.
Yeah.
I'm not taking your word for shit no more, ever.